2022 North America. Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022 North America. Welcome to Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022 North America. Today's participants represent the top startups recruited across the region. These finalists will compete to win $30,000 in total prizes. The winner will represent North America at the Visa Everywhere Initiative Global Finals in Qatar. To select our winners, we have a robust panel of judges representing the startup community and Visa. It's time to kick off the Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022 North America. Here is your host, Dr. Jen Welter, NFL's first female coach, author, and motivational speaker.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Jen Welter, and I'll be your host for this exceptional edition of the Visa Everywhere Initiative, North America 2022. We are excited to have you tune in today. Visa has selected an impressive cohort of startups and fintechs, all of which are literally doing groundbreaking work in North America, and they are poised to change the world of payments and solve the challenges of tomorrow. Now, I want to introduce you to our esteemed judges. Chuck Yu, VP Innovation and Global Digital Partnerships at Visa. Mike West, Head of Global Commercialization and Go-to-Market Strategy for Visa Direct. Jennifer Anapolsky, VP Global B2B Product Marketing at Visa. Edward Galvin, VP Head of B2B Commercial Sales, Visa Business Solutions North America. Peter Akerson, General Partner, Fin Capital. And last but not least, we have a very special judge in our presence today, Wade Arnold, founder and CEO of Move Financial. Wade was the 2021 Visa Everywhere Initiative North America overall winner and audience favorite. Wade also won the 2021 Global Finals. Great to have you here with us. We're excited for you to join us today. Next, introducing our 5 finalists. Christine DeWendell of Sunday, Jorge Soon of LendingFront, Yui Vo of ProductFi, Tammy Camp of Stronghold, and Rafi Kaya of Borderless. A big virtual round of applause for our judges and finalists. Now, how will today work? Each of our 5 finalists will have 4 minutes to pitch, followed by 4 minutes of Q&A with our judges. Startups will be judged on solution and pitch presentation, Visa partnership opportunities, desirability and uniqueness, feasibility of product and solution. Once all startups have pitched, the judges will deliberate privately and select the winner, receiving $10,000 in prize money. Today, we also have a prize sponsored by the startup's favorite Visa product, Visa Direct. The Visa Direct winner will also receive $10,000 in prize money. For those in the audience today, your votes will decide the audience favorite winner, who will also receive $10,000. Now, so you know, after all 5 startups have pitched, a QR code to the voting page will pop up on the screen with instructions on how to place your vote. You will only have 2 minutes to cast your vote, so you better stay ready. While the judges are deliberating, later in the show, Visa will host a Fireside Chat with Sean Holmes, Head of Visa Direct Product Marketing, and Nicole Stiller, VP Innovation and Global Partnerships at Visa, to discuss Visa Direct, the most popular Visa solution among the startups. Now, let's get to these pitches. First up, welcome Christine DeWindle of Sunday, the fastest digital payment for restaurants and the industry's future.
Hello, I am Christine, co-founder and CEO US of Sunday, and we are building the fastest way to pay in restaurants. So let me start with a question. Who in the audience actually likes to pay in restaurants? The answer is always no. No one likes to wait for the check, no one likes to ask for it, and no one likes to split the bill. So let me give you an example. It's Friday night in Atlanta's hottest barbecue spot. I'm there with friends and my family. The kids are restless. It's time to get out. I can't get in touch with the waiter. If there was Sunday, it would have taken 10 seconds. So how does it work? Well, we have gorgeous QR codes on the tables. So you scan them with your phone. You can split by items, by the number of diners. You add a tip. So waiters love this because generally you add a larger tip than if you were leaving a cash tip or on your credit card. And then you pay. You can pay with Visa, obviously, and lots of other payment methods. It takes literally 10 seconds. The experience is magical. So how does it work? Well, we have integrated with the top 25 point of sale systems in the Western world. It's seamless for finance teams. We take a small commission on each transaction, and there are no sign-up fees or monthly fees, so it's very easy to use. What are the benefits? Well, for diners like you and me, you're getting out of the restaurant very quickly and you are in control. For waiters, they love it because they're getting on average 18% more tips. And restaurant owners, well, tables are turning faster and they are getting 12% higher check sizes because people are getting a last beer, an extra coffee, and that really drives up the basket size. So we've been around for about 18 months. We are live in the US, France, and the UK. We work with about 4,000 restaurants from QSR to Michelin star. And if you're in New York, I highly recommend you check us out at Fish Cheeks or Ivan Ramen, two of my favorite places. You can see the Sunday magic. The market is tremendous. We are talking about $16 trillion in the Western world in hospitality. And so we're obviously starting with payment, but there are so many other opportunities in our product roadmap around loyalty, around reviews. So what about Sunday and Visa? First of all, we share a very similar vision. We are both committed to creating cashless payments that are seamless for diners and merchants. Today, 60% of our payments already go through Visa. So if we're more specific about how we think we can collaborate, I'm particularly interested in Visa APIs, and I'm thinking about Visa Direct, which, if we were connected, would allow us to pay waiters tips in real time. This would have tremendous value. I'm also thinking about specific sponsorship opportunities. We're already working together in Europe, where we are starting sweepstakes together in key European cities. And we're launching in Paris in September, where Sunday and Visa customers can win great prizes. So I want to come back to our shared visions. We are here to save time for what matters. Thanks to a collaboration, you would be in that hot barbecue spot and you would pay in 10 seconds and everyone would be delighted. We are thrilled to partner with Visa and we can't wait to do more with you. Thank you.
Wow, what a fast and furious way to pay. Jennifer, do you have any questions for Christine?
I do. Christine, great job. I can really relate to the situation you described and being ready to get out of the restaurant quickly. I'm interested, what is the operational impact to the restaurants that you're working with? What kind of feedback are you getting?
So restaurants generally love Sunday because their tables are turning faster, 15 minutes faster. They're getting higher check sizes. I mentioned it in the pitch, 12%, and waiters love it. And so in a universe where people are having trouble finding waiters, having technology which accelerates and improves the staff experience is super important. So not only are you improving the customer experience, but your staff likes it. And so what they see is their turnover is going up. So restaurants generally love it, which is why we're getting so much traction.
Wonderful. And Peter, you're up next.
Thanks, Christine. Great pitch. Two quick questions. One, just wondered if you could give high level of view of the unit economics on what the financials look like. And then second of all, curious, you hinted on this in the pitch, but what's the second act? If you win the initial markets and you continue to have the impressive success you've had, where do you take it next?
I love this question on the unit economics. So the way it works is we take a small commission on every transaction. And so we're looking at around 50 basis points. So it's a volume game, classic fintech model, where right now our baseline is around 50 points. We have great rates negotiated with the payment processors we work with. And so generally we're able to offer an attractive rate to restaurants while still taking those 50 basis points. As we expand to other product features, like loyalty, like reviews, and our product becomes more complete, we're able to get more basis points out of it. And so with some of the restaurants where we're adding more features and we're piloting some of the additional products, we can go up to 100 or 120 basis points. And then the model starts getting really attractive from a business perspective.
And last up, certainly not least, Wade, do you have any questions for Christine?
Yeah, great questions and great answers so far. The last question I had is, what type of network effect benefits the consumer as you enter these different markets? And does it make it easier for each consumer the more restaurants that you are able to attract onto the platform?
Yes, so there's actually two network effects. The first one, very related to our go-to-market strategy, is you start with neighborhoods. And if a restaurant sees that their neighbor and their, two doors down neighbor is using Sunday, the restaurant will actually inbound and call us up and say, hey, the solution looks great, can I use it? So that's one thing that's important. The second piece is around the network effect for the consumer. Because we are building a B2C brand, what you see in areas of high concentration of Sunday restaurants is that users start getting used to using it, and then your adoption goes up. So I'll take the example of downtown Paris, where we have most of the trendy, cool restaurants in the top 10 neighborhoods in Paris. Customers know how to use the products. And so there's no explanation needed from the waiter, and adoption is going up to 70, 80% in those neighborhoods. And so our hypothesis is that as we grow and as we build strongholds in each one of these cities in the right neighborhoods that have digitally affine customers, is that the network effect will help us drive adoption, and we'll be processing even more payments.
That was wonderful, Christine. What a great pitch. And thank you to all of the judges. Next up, welcome Jorge Soon of LendingFront, an embedded finance solution for small businesses.
Hi, my name is Jorge Soon. I'm the CEO and co-founder of LendingFront. LendingFront is a white label embedded financing platform that we see as the future of SMB lending. In today's market, there are over 27 million underserved SMBs. It takes about 4 weeks for them to get capital, and many of them don't get approved. 4 out of 5 actually get declined for the capital they need to grow. The reason being is the current lending process is inherently biased to the much larger commercial borrower, not the small merchant. So what do we do on LendingFront? Well, we make it easier for the SMB to get capital by enabling banks to lend more efficiently by using a much more SMB-friendly process. How does it work? Well, LendingFront connects to a merchant's point-of-sale system using the data they throw off on a daily basis, such as their payments history, to essentially match them up to a tailored capital offer. Example would be, take Tim's Bakery. This is the type of business you love in your neighborhood. Tim is growing nicely. He is thinking about buying an oven. Instead of Tim taking time off and driving to a bank, talking to a banker, waiting for weeks, what LendingFront does is it looks at Tim's performance information and tailors a capital product offer, which then it sends to him once he logs into his POS system. He looks at the offers that are available for him. He chooses the one he likes, enters some basic confirmatory information, selects the offer, signs the terms and conditions, which takes on average less than 3 minutes. And in 24 hours, he will get the capital he needs to essentially buy the oven he wants. This is a lending that we've been doing since 2019. We've deployed over $715 million, served over 50,000 merchants. And this is the type of lending that has been growing 100% year over year. It's extremely popular with small businesses. We have partnerships with some of the largest point of sale systems in the world, such as Fiserv's Clover system and Lightspeed's. We have lenders on our innovative lenders looking to deploy capital more efficiently, such as Zions Bank. Our business model is pretty straightforward. We license our technology to balance sheet lenders looking to deploy capital more efficiently. We also have a marketplace where we have point of sale systems that want their merchants to receive capital, but they don't want to hold the balance sheet risk. So we just simply connect them to an existing bank partner. We are super excited to work with Visa because we think together we can improve the experience of getting capital by making it more efficient and a lot faster. Take Tim, for example. If Tim has an existing Visa relationship, we can use the Visa Direct API to fund that account immediately. And if he does not, we can essentially create a digital Visa debit card, which he will use to essentially buy the oven he needs basically right after finishing his application. We're super excited to work with Visa because we see this as a global problem. We currently serve the US and Canada. We will be deployed in Australia and the EU next year. But I want you to think about the simple fact that if you are a small merchant selling coffee in Argentina or New York, you take credit cards and have a point of sale system, this noble solution solves the delivery of capital in a global basis. So come on, Visa, help us present this offer to this solution to your bank partners so they can too deliver capital more efficiently to their small businesses across the globe. Thank you very much.
Great pitch, Jorge. I mean, I know I personally always like my capital earlier, but the judges are the ones with the great questions. So let's go over to them for some Q&A. Kicking it off for us, Chuck, do you have any questions for Jorge?
Jorge, thank you very much. Very exciting pitch. Quick question on the offering you're providing to the SMB. Can you tell me about kind of the differences between the structure of your loan, both in terms of rates and payment structure versus what they would get from a traditional lender?
Yeah, so just to clarify, we are not the lender, right? We're the enablement tool that connects a bank to the merchant. But so we provide pretty much every banking product, from what is called a merchant cash advance, which is a higher rate product, to true bank term loans as low as 6%. So think of this as you're a large bank, you have a merchant business, right? You want to reach those customers in a much more efficient way. Instead of having to use a banker or a branch network, you can now reach your customers through their POS system and provide sort of tier one lending to them.
Wonderful. Edward, do you have any questions for Jorge?
I do. Thank you, Jorge. I always like seeing the developments in the SMB space. So who sells this to the SMB merchant? Is it to the point of sale terminal, or how is it sold to them?
Yeah, so we partner with FIs that have a merchant business, right? And essentially what they're doing is they're trying to diversify their revenue streams, whether you're a bank or a standalone merchant. Think of us essentially as a white label version of Square, right? We're enabling, for example, Clover, who has millions of customers, to monetize their merchant business to be able to provide lending to those customers. For example, take Zions Bank. It's a $75 billion bank. They have a huge merchant business. They want to monetize their POS platform in that data in a way that they can use it to push products directly to that merchant through that POS, because that's really all they see, right? It's not an email, it's not broad-based advertising. So it's essentially anyone who wants to lend to that merchant that we power.
So is the sale from the FI, or is it from the point of sale?
So the sale is from the owner of that merchant.
Got it. Okay.
Right. So if you own that merchant in your bank and you happen to sell them merchant services, it's your sale.
Understood.
If you're a standalone POS platform, like let's say a company we have like Menu Seafood that specializes in Chinese restaurants, and they want to hold the credit risk, it's from them.
Understood. Thank you.
Wonderful. And Mike, do you have any questions for Jorge?
Yeah, great pitch, Jorge. A lot of companies have been trying to innovate in this space. You mentioned Square, you mentioned Clover. So just what's the breakthrough innovation that your product is driving in the market that's different from others?
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, we feel it's the leading platform. Like I said, is a true white label solution. So if you're Wells Fargo and you want to monetize your merchant platform, all you do is plug in Lending Front. For example, if you take Square, that's a closed system, right? They can't use Square's capital. We've been doing it for the last 3 years. We have sort of solved the selection process, right? Who's eligible? We have solved the communication, right? How do you present an offer? When do you present an offer, right? Also the risk, like who do you want to lend to and what the performance is. We are basically a lending in a box solution. All you have to do is bring in the capital, the customers, and the people to run the machine, and we can basically turn you on and become sort of a what we call the next generation lender in 3 months.
Wonderful. Well, that is all the time that we have. It is on to our next startup. Thank you so much, Jorge. Next up, welcome Yui Fo of Product5, empowering organizations to become fintechs in just a few weeks.
I'm Yui, founder and CEO of Product5. Thank you for inviting us to share our story. We started Product5 with the belief that financial services has a tremendous opportunity to do societal good. As immigrants, you hear about America being the greatest country in the world. When my mother and I came to the US, she worked 2 full-time jobs, and still we didn't have a stable place to live and spent part of my high school homeless. It didn't feel like we were living in the greatest country in the world. We started Product5 to engender a kinder, more empathetic, and more socially just financial ecosystem. My mother didn't know how to navigate the financial system, but she knows how to navigate her church and would have used financial products from her church. In fact, many credit unions were started by religious organizations. We see companies like Lyft and Goodwill offering financial products to their employees. I wish that my mother's employers had an earned wage access program so that she got paid every day, because there were months that felt impossible waiting for payday. Imagine if every church, community organization, and employer can launch credit building products and savings account to take care of their people in just a few weeks. We've seen brands use financial products to grow their relationship with their users. When we finally got to a better place, my mother got a card with Costco. 18 years later, my family still shops at Costco for everything from solar panels to clothes to food, because back then holding a Costco card made us feel like we were Americans. To bring about this better financial ecosystem, we build a distributed financial infrastructure. At the foundational layer, we wired banks, credit bureaus, and data providers into a network. On top of this layer is the distributed ledger spanning multiple banks that powers a suite of financial products, including ACH, wires, RTPs, deposit, and card issuance. We offer APIs and a set of turnkey white label solutions backed by compliance as a service, servicing, and fraud monitoring. Because we are the program managers, if users complete KYC in our system, they have a passport that allows them to access all the services of our ecosystem partners. We launched our platform with widgets, APIs, and program management in 2021. Our unique GraphQL API was designed to pull massive customizable data across an entire ecosystem quickly. flexible to scale across a globally decentralized financial infrastructure, and for developers, the ability to copy and paste code so that clients can launch financial products in a few weeks. In July 2021, we processed about $1,300 on our platform. In March of this year, we crossed $33 million in transaction volumes. We took lessons learned building and scaling market-validated products and services and created turnkey white label solutions. One of our solutions enables any organization to launch a Visa-backed credit building product. Our clients sign up, we collect their information, and they go live. Our clients don't have to invest any engineering, servicing, or compliance resources. We continue to grow our turnkey solutions to include programs like earned wage access, gift card distribution, factoring, and loyalty. Next year, we'll scale our infrastructure to banks around the world and build a truly decentralized financial infrastructure. We want to team up with Visa to enable global card issuance, push to card, and pull from card with Visa Direct. Imagine if my cousin in Vietnam can be part of a women's collaborative that can tie into a globally distributed financial infrastructure and take instantaneous payments around the world cheaply, issue cards to member, and use Visa Direct to load funds onto those cards instantaneously. By combining our turnkey white label solutions, which enables any organization to offer financial products without engineering, servicing, or compliance teams, with a truly globally decentralized financial infrastructure. That is how we bring financial services to the world. That is how we engender a kinder, more empathetic, and more socially just financial ecosystem for my mother, my cousin, and every other human being on this world. And that is how we transform the way financial products are built for good. Thank you.
Yui, I can say that I have never liked Costco more than I have in this moment. And I know we all love Visa, so let's kick this over to our judges for the Q&A. Wade, let's start with you.
Great presentation. I was just wondering, as a program manager and a developer platform, what industries are you going to market with first so that you can allow those developers to start building on top of your platform? And the second question to that is, how are you finding these developers and kind of differentiating in the marketplace in order for them to choose your platform?
Yes, thank you, Wade. That's a great question. So our initial go-to-market was to target fintechs because we built APIs to begin with. That is how we basically proved out our initial value proposition. But now, with the white label solution, we still offer the platform. Developers can still integrate with our APIs, but we are moving beyond fintech. Our goal is to always cross the chasm from the early adopters, which tend to be fintechs, to the mass majority, to sign up organizations like a group based out of Illinois that serves basically Black and brown minority groups that are faith-based. They don't have an engineering team, and now they can launch a credit building product. We want to be targeting unions and moving into brands. The goal is, yes, we will always have a developer platform there for fintechs to integrate with us. But our belief is that if you're really going to change financial products and services, you have to go to where the people are. And that's not always with organizations that have engineering teams. And that is our differentiator, is a complete white label solution with program management built in.
Well done, Yui. Let's go over to Peter for the next questions.
Yui, thank you. And this is great. As a fintech nerd, I love the attention on the history of mutual benefit societies and sort of social good as the original OG financial services and often healthcare services provision. So that's fun to see. When you think about the switch to the white label and the go-to-market into those organizations, how do you target those groups and how do you scale that, into a national footprint?
Yes, sir. So from a program construction standpoint, we always start with launching API platform for developers first, because they are the ones who help us build, validate, test the API platform. Then based on that, our commercial team does a market segment analysis that looks at, basically a couple of metrics. Number one, are there sufficient usage? That means transaction volumes, deposits within a specific segment. We match it up to our capabilities versus what we think the market needs for that subsegment. Then we start to think about, okay, within that segment, who are the people that we can connect with? Who are the decision makers? Do they have a history of understanding a value proposition? And so we built this market segmentation list, And then we basically build a target account list. And based on that, target account list, we start doing campaigns, marketings around very specific messaging that will work for that group. And that's essentially how we go to market is one segment at a time, understanding volume usage, who are the key decision makers, building target account lists, and then iterating on that.
Wonderful. Mike, how about you? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, a great pitch. But help me understand, what is your ideal customer segment? And then what's the one thing that you're going to solve for them?
The problem we're trying to solve is by enabling organizations with deep, meaningful relationships to be able to then become effectively a financial service provider. Our ideal clients are ones that financial and product services is an add-on as a value-added service rather than as a core offering.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And Huey, thank you so much for answering all those questions. That is all of the time that we have. It is on to our next startup. Thanks, judges. I'm excited to introduce you to Tammy Camp of Stronghold, providing fast, secure, and accessible financial services through a simple API.
Hi, everyone. My name is Tammy Camp, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Stronghold. We are a Forbes FinTech 50 developer platform that allows software companies to embed payments in financial services through a simple API. Our focus is on the fastest growing SMB verticals, healthcare and B2B, with a compounded annual growth rate at 17%. These verticals comprise of a $14 billion annual spend in payments. We've partnered with over 18 technology and software companies and 7 of the most innovative financial institutions. This thriving Stronghold ecosystem puts us in a unique position to address real small business challenges. 66% of small businesses feel that their financial institutions are unresponsive to their needs, and 58% report that their financing needs are not being met, with people of color 52% less likely to receive financing. With these challenges in mind, Stronghold's launched a suite of products. Here are the 2 that we're going to talk about today. The first product is merchant financing. After onboarding to our payments platforms, merchants can access financing quickly because Stronghold uses business performance, payments history, and existing KYB data, leading to approval and funding in just 3 days. The second product is Stronghold's rewards program. You've most likely participated in one yourself, say a punch card from a coffee shop or airline points. While it's usually retailers or credit cards doing the offering, with our rewards program, the retail merchant is the recipient. They redeem their points on processing fee rebates, cashback, or Stronghold's climate-friendly SHX crypto token. These 2 products make a big impact for our community. For example, using merchant financing and our rewards program, one of Stronghold's merchants remodeled their medical clinics 12 months early, driving a 15% increase in their business. They also use rewards cashback to reinvest in medical equipment for an additional 5% increase in top line. As a former partner at 500 Startups, where I taught proven Silicon Valley growth frameworks, I witnessed over 1,600 venture-backed portfolio companies, including 51 unicorns, implement scalable distribution to drive exponential growth. At Stronghold, we've applied these frameworks to successfully build a direct marketing and channel partnerships into our go-to-market strategy, quickly assembling a network of over 1 million merchants in our pipeline. Our business model is driven by 3 revenue streams for a diversified top line that revolves around merchant success: fast financing, payment services, and foreign exchange spread. This allows us to grow quickly and serve the needs of our merchants. The Visa Direct API enables us to provide funds in real time to our merchants in our financing program, a game changer for businesses with tight cash flows. Stronghold's international merchant base requires reward payouts in their native currency. Visa's foreign exchange rate API, in conjunction with the Visa Direct API, delivers a faster and better user experience for multi-currency transactions. Furthermore, Stronghold leverages Visa to provide rewards via USDC, the stablecoin issued by Stronghold's partner Circle. Like Visa, we heavily focus on accessibility. Payments and financial systems are rapidly innovating, and our teams work at the forefront of these innovations. With Visa support, Stronghold paves a different path toward a more inclusive, stable, and connected global economy. Thank you.
Wonderful pitch, Tammy. It was great learning more about Stronghold. And I'm sure our judges have some fantastic questions. So let's kick it off with Edward for our Q&A.
Thank you, Tammy. Great pitch. I love the products, 2 products you talked about, and I love the all the API integration. What's next? You said there was just 2. What else is on your radar here?
We actually have a product suite. So we have payment processing. We have, which is live today, and this is how merchants onboard. And because we are a payments processor, we are able to offer them merchant financing. So that's one suite of an additional product that we have in our suite. So we have merchant acceptance like with Visa, and we offer acceptance in other forms like ACH, as well as payouts.
Great, robust, thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And Jennifer, do you have any questions for Tammy?
I do. Tammy, great pitch. You mentioned 2 key verticals as being key to your current scaled growth. Can you talk about how much room do you have in those 2 key verticals, and which ones do you see next as you try to grow to the next horizon?
Yeah, so our key verticals are around B2B and healthcare. Right now, we really kind of just focus in on verticals where their needs are not being met. So some of these businesses, because they have, for example, medical equipment, they might not be served in a way that, a normal financial service provider would. So we actually just go into other markets, or we do a lot of investigative work to go into other markets like insurance, like FX, like foreign exchange. And so we plan on expanding into those verticals.
Excellent. Thank you.
Wonderful. And Chuck, you have the next question for us.
Thanks, Tammy. I really appreciate the broadness of the vision. On channel partnerships, you touched on it a little bit. For both healthcare and for B2B, what are like can you go a little bit deeper on what the channel partnership execution looks like to get your thousands of merchants?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, we actually have channel partnership. We have over 18 channel partnerships today. 5 of them are live, and another 6 of them are going live. And channel partnerships are, partners. So there's a lot of work that goes in there. You have to be mutually aligned. And what we do is we enable these channel partners to be fintech enabled. Therefore, they have an additional revenue line from us. So they go into their own merchant base and they can go sell into that for that additional revenue line. So we're a fintech enabler.
Wonderful. And Peter, do you have any questions for Tammy?
Yeah, Tammy, great job. Really interesting platform that you've pulled together. So thanks for sharing. Curious if you could talk about how you see USDC and that partnership going forward, and what that means for the business as you think about the future.
Sure. I think that, as, we're in this stage between where 1 foot in Web 2 and 1 foot in Web 3. And I really think that stablecoins are an easy way for consumers to kind of wrap their head around, the Web3 ecosystem and cryptocurrencies. And so I just see it as another pay in or a payout method to like an ever-changing multi-currency platform. So as you know, like the US dollar is still probably the most transacted currency. And so just to have that in a form where it's accessible to more people, I think it's just highly beneficial. And I'm very excited to work with Circle.
Wonderful job, Tammy. Great to learn about all the great things that you're doing. That is all the time that we have. So thank you, judges. And we are on to our next startup. Next up, welcome Rafi Kayat of Borderless. Pay anyone, anywhere in seconds with simple global bank payments.
Hi, my name is Rafi Kayat, and I'm the CEO of Borderless, where you can make global bank payments in seconds. A rise in marketplaces and the gig economy has exposed a major pain point, paying out freelancers, sellers, and contractors around the world. For Boomerang, an edtech platform that matches language teachers with students, their payouts were a nightmare. They integrated multiple solutions for different regions. But these payment platforms are not designed for marketplaces, missing on crucial business needs like bulk payment processing, higher limits, global reach, and reducing data liability. That's why we've built Borderless, a global payment solution designed for businesses and marketplaces to make payouts simple, transparent, and affordable. We've built a smart infrastructure that reaches over 120 plus countries. And in the past year, we've doubled our processing volumes, processing thousands of transactions and millions of dollars per month. For companies like Boomerang, the switch was easy. They integrated Borderless, and under one platform, they consolidated their payments, reducing operational complexity, processing fees, and delivery of funds from days to seconds. Here's how it works. Oscar lives in Mexico with his daughter and is a language teacher on Boomerang. To pay Oscar, Boomerang has two options. They can collect Oscar's banking information and securely enter it into our system, or they can leverage Borderless' innovative handle system that reduces data liability. Think of it as like your Twitter or Instagram handle. You can share it with any Borderless business and get paid without sharing your sensitive banking details. Second, Boomerang submits their payments to their teachers around the world. We provide a description fields that enhances payment data and makes reconciliation at scale easy. Finally, our smart infrastructure auto-converts funds using great exchange rates. And in seconds, Oscar receives the funds and can buy his daughter that video game she wants for her birthday. At Borderless, we make these moments scalable. For example, one of our customers, GoPuff, we scaled their operations by going from 50 payments per request with their previous payment provider for over 1,000 payments per request with Borderless. That's 20 times more. Now, GoPuff is not alone. With our global onboarding and KYC, plug-and-play API, and multi-currency accounts, we've addressed unmet needs for businesses around the world, bringing them one step closer to a cashless society. But our real secret sauce is our smart infrastructure, and we have the opportunity to grow our network further with Visa in 3 ways. After all, Oscar did use his Visa debit card to purchase that video game. First, with Visa processing and checkout, we will enable merchants to utilize Borderless for both pay-ins and payouts. Second, with Visa Direct, we can deliver funds faster and directly to Visa cards. This will expand our network and open the door for the unbanked. Now, in emerging markets like Latin America and Southeast Asia, Visa Crypto can be a powerful tool to pay out users where their home currency is traditionally unstable. And then finally, through a partnership with Visa, we can issue cards tied to our multi-currency accounts, further reducing our customers' dependence on cash. With Visa, the future is bright. We believe we can double our impact and empower merchants, customers, and issuers in emerging markets, and expand our payout capabilities to the unbanked. We empower dreamers to pursue their dreams and improve their lives, just like Oscar and his daughter. Please join us on our mission to make the world a borderless place. Thank you for your time.
Well, the Borderless place sounds just like a Visa Everywhere place to be. And with that, to our judges for Q&A. Let's start with Chuck this time. Chuck, do you have any questions for Rafi?
Thank you, Rafi. That was a great pitch. Hey, quick question on, you mentioned gathering bank account information or the Borderless handle. Where's the consumer adoption today between the two, and where do you see it long term?
That's a good question. Actually, users are more and more comfortable now signing up to Borderless than in the first early days. The platform, as it's gaining more customer and growth, they're trusting the platform more and more. So Borderless is becoming more recognized. And now we're seeing higher signups that are just coming in, signing up to Borderless, entering their banking information, and now they can just share that handle with our customers.
Wonderful. And Jennifer, how about you? Do you have any questions for Rafi?
You mentioned doubling your transaction volume recently. Can you talk about some of the challenges that you'll face in your next phase of growth?
So as a payments company, when we start to grow and become more and more global every day, well, the challenges of compliance, the challenges of different regulations, how can we start to scale that from not only a technology point of view, but also an operational point of view?
Wonderful. Great questions, everyone. Let's go to Wade next. Wade, do you have any questions for Rafi?
I do. I was just curious, with 120 countries, your process around KYCing these consumers and onboarding new endpoints. How have you been able to scale that, and just love to learn more about that process?
Yeah, one of the tricks, and keep it a secret, Wade, we tend to keep compliance essentially initiated when a user, for example, gets paid. We don't initiate compliance at sign up right away. For example, as a user can sign up today, however, he may not get paid by a company until a month or two from now. So we essentially keep our resources dedicated to what is really needed. And that's how we're able to kind of scale that operations to 120 plus countries.
Wonderful. Great questions. Mike, how about you? Do you have any questions for Rafi?
Yeah, hey, Rafi, great pitch. And love the usage of Visa Direct too. And we're trying to grow our cross-border payments. And I'm just interested and curious, like, how do you get more users on your platform? How do you grow and scale?
Yeah, one of our go-to-market strategy has been partnerships. And so today, for example, we partner with AWS, Techstars, GAN, and that helps us penetrate incubators, accelerators, which then obviously they have a wider reach than we do when it comes to attracting startups and marketplaces and having a nice ecosystem. So we establish those partnerships, and then we essentially try to offer them a perk, do webinars, educate them about the different processes. That's one of the ways that we're able to go to market. Obviously, we also have inbound, outbound sales, and it's kind of inherent network effect. For example, today, when one of our customers pays a vendor, not necessarily a contractor, the vendor is piqued and then actually ends up signing up. And now, next thing you know, we have another client doing more volume with us.
Wonderful. Well, those were great questions. Thank you so much to our judges and Rafi. And that is it. Thank you, startups, for those great pitches. Now, audience members, check the link on your screen to vote for your favorite startup. The startup with the most votes will win $10,000 in prize money. You have 2 minutes to vote. Remember to come back and listen to our Fireside Chat with Sean and Nicole to talk about Visa Direct. While the judges deliberate, we have a special guest. A warm welcome to Nicole Stiller, VP of Innovation and Global Digital Partnerships at Visa. To interview Nicole is Visa's own Sean Holmes, head of Visa Direct Product Marketing. Over to you, Sean and Nicole.
Thank you, Dr. Jen. Now moving from one trailblazer to the next, I'd like to introduce Nicole Stiller. Nicole is Vice President for North America Visa Direct, leading the domestic business with responsibility for use case solutions, pricing, and sales enablement. Welcome, Nicole. Very excited to have you here today.
Well, thanks so much for having me.
And what a great competition, right? What do you think?
It is such an incredible competition. First, the energy from the entrepreneurs is invigorating. And then to see the innovation brought to life by these talented, passionate leaders is truly inspiring.
And having seen all the competitions this year, what really stands out is how startups have consistently expressed their desire to leverage Visa Direct. What do you think makes Visa Direct such an appealing solution for startups?
You know, money is constantly moving between people and businesses. And money movement is at the core customer touch points that influences customer engagement across so many industries and use cases. And now, more than ever, consumers around the world are leaning more towards a digital-first solution. And in the US, that digital-first solution also has to be in real time. That means startups creating innovative products that need to meet consumer and small businesses' needs, they will look to Visa Direct. Visa Direct is Visa's real-time global money movement network, which enables companies to send money to cards, accounts, and wallets. And they really like Visa Direct because of our flexible APIs. These APIs reduce complexities that are often found in trying to move money between networks and intermediaries around the world.
That's really great. And talk a little bit about, when we speak about use cases, how can you actually apply Visa Direct? How should they be thinking about it?
Yeah, for a startup who is looking to consider whether or not Visa Direct is a good fit for them, it's really all about the use case. Whether you're sending money to a consumer or you need to send money to a small business, that we call a disbursement, and that's Visa Direct. Do you need to send money to a friend or a family? That is a P2P transaction, and that's Visa Direct. Or do you need to help your consumer move money between their own accounts? That's called a me-to-me transaction, and that's also Visa Direct. So a bunch of different applications.
And I think one of the unique things about Visa is the globalness of it. So talk to me a little bit about the reach and scale that you get with Visa Direct.
Absolutely. It's one of my most exciting things to talk about with Visa Direct is our scale. Moving money is not just domestic anymore. It needs to be global. And Visa Direct is live in more than 175 countries around the world and can reach more than 5 billion endpoints across cards and wallets. And in the last year, we did over 5 billion transactions. And in the US alone, we had over 120 million cards used to either send or receive money last year. So that means startups can feel confident in investing in a technology like Visa Direct because it gives them access to moving money in so many countries through a proven solution.
And if they wanted to get started with implementing it, how would they go about doing that?
You know, the best way for a startup who's looking to get live fast is to go on our website and review our list of preferred partners who have already invested in the technology, who have actually built onboarding processes, especially for startups, where they can get live in often under several months with just simple APIs.
That's great. Thanks so much, Nicole, for your time today. Back to you, Dr. Jen.
Thank you, Sean and Nicole, for such an interesting discussion. Now, let's welcome back our 5 finalists and Michael. Then, joining from New York, we also have Head of North America Digital Partnerships at Visa, Patrick Williams. Patrick and Michael will now announce our winners today. Before we announce the Visa Direct and overall winner, the audience also has a say in the outcome. Thanks so much to everyone out there for your votes. The audience favorite will receive $10,000 in prize money. Patrick, over to you to announce the audience favorite.
Great. Thanks, Jen. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to be able to announce some of our winners for today, including the audience favorite that I'll get to in just a minute. You know, having been part of the payments industry for a really long time, I just want to say how impressed I am with all the great work each of you are doing. It's amazing to see how companies like yourselves are applying talents to solving for needs all across the fintech space. It's really incredibly creative work that you're all doing, and we're really excited just to be a part of it. And seeing how we had close to 1,400 applicants from North America this year, you should all be super proud about being able to be one of the 5 finalists. And now with that, the startup with the most votes from our audience is Tammy Camp of Stronghold.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, congratulations, Tammy. Tell us, how are you feeling?
Wow, that's very exciting. We're super grateful that we could participate in the audience favorite, and we just want to thank our Visa and our community for giving us the support. We're super excited.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
You are officially the people's champ for the day. Now we are going to announce the Visa Direct winner. This startup will also receive $10,000. Back over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Jen. Before announcing the winner, I just wanted to say how impressed the judges were with the quality of the product innovation and the pitches from each finalist. It was just wonderful to see the focus on the customer problem, understanding the addressable market, the uniqueness of the solution, and the integration of Visa Direct into your overall product, and just really well thought out go-to-market plans. But overall, for product fit, for impact, for value creation, and for scalability, the startup to win the Visa Direct Award goes to Rafi Kayet of Borderless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, Rafi, congratulations. Can you tell us how you're feeling?
I'm feeling very, very, humbled and honored to receive this award. I want to thank Visa and the judges for selecting Borderless. It's really a testament to the innovation that we're bringing into the payment space, and we're super excited to be working with Visa, and we can't wait to start the integration of Visa Direct, and we think we have a lot of opportunity. And I also want to give a shout out to the Borderless team for their hard work and dedication to bring this success. So thank you again.
Well done, Rafi. We have 2 great winners so far already today, but now is the one we've all been waiting for, the overall winner announcement. Remember, this startup will not only receive $10,000 in prize money, but will also have the opportunity to represent North America at the Global Finals in Qatar this December. Now, Patrick, back over to you.
And so before I announce the big grand winner that is going to be moving on to the global finals in Qatar, I did just want to take a second and just say thank you to all of our judges for helping us decide on the winner. I know it was an incredibly difficult decision, so we really appreciate your time and effort that you put into this. And then, of course, a huge thank you to our 5 finalists for all the work that you did to get prepared, and for all the work that you're doing in the fintech ecosystem. We're just really proud to be able to say that we're associated with the work you're doing. But all of that said, there can only be one winner. So without further ado, the judges have decided that the North America startup heading to the global finals of the Visa Everywhere initiative in Qatar is Christine DeWindle of Sunday. Congratulations, Christine.
Wow, what a huge moment, Christine. We have literally just celebrated you on the screen, but can you tell us how you're feeling?
Yes, Jen, we are thrilled. So very, very exciting. Sunday has been around for 18 months. We have been working relentlessly. And I'll tell you what, changing the way restaurants operate, changing the way servers operate, changing the way diners operate is tough. And so this is a fantastic testament to all that effort. And I'm really proud of the team. So thank you, Visa. Thank you, the judges, but mainly a big thanks to the team and to our partners because, you know, we're changing an industry and it's super exciting. And it's great to have the support of big organizations like Visa to do this.
Well, we know you will represent North America well in Qatar. Thank you again, and a huge congratulations again to you and the entire team. Let's give a thank you to our judges and finalists, and a huge congratulations to all of our winners. Finally, thank you to our fantastic audience for being a part of North American Visa Everywhere Initiative 2022. To learn more about the Visa Everywhere Initiative, visit visa.com/everywhere initiative. I'm your hostess, Dr. Jen Welter, and you have an excellent rest of your day.